Hello everybody, Josh here, back with another video, once more in Prepared 3D today. On the ground at Heathrow at the moment today in the FSLabs A320 once again. We're going to take a short flight up to Goteborg today, I think that's how you say it, or Gothenburg, up in Sweden. Echo Sierra Golf Golf is the ICAO code for that today. And that is exactly where we are going to fly. This is BA792 or Speedbird 792 for those who are interested today from Heathrow to Goteborg. We are looking at a flight time of 1 hour 34 today, a total block time of 2 hours 2, and a block fuel of 7.3 tons, taking 119 passengers today. Catering is just completed, so I suppose without babbling on stand 502, I think, yes, there we are, stand 502. So I think without babbling on, we'll jump straight into the flight deck and we'll get everything set up and ready to go today. Alright, so in the flight deck, you see nothing is on the moment. I'm just going to turn the flight directors off. I don't know why they're on. So, the first thing I'm going to do before anything else is start the fueling process. So, payload, 0 fuel weight today is 56.1 tons. So that can go in there. And then I'm going to come over to init, just clear that out, over to there, and the block fuel of 7.3 as I said today. So that can go in there. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to request the refueling. And then while that's going on, we'll concentrate on setting up the actual aircraft. Just clear all of this stuff out of the lower ECAS. So turn on the second MCDU. That can come up to there, and that can go. Just stay on there for a minute, I suppose. So we can turn the batteries on, and we can start to align the IRSs. Ground crew supply can come on. Fuel pumps can remain off for a minute. We're on external power, so that's absolutely fine. Lighting, we've got the nav lights on. That's about all we need. Seatbelts can stay off for a minute, as we are still in the process of refueling. Brilliant. So, nice wing view there. And, mate, what is that? It's just taxi there. Oh, it's another Airbus A320. Nice. Okay, so we'll come down to the MCDU and we'll start getting everything set up. So, Heathrow to Goteborg, Echo Sierra Golf Golf, is what we need to be doing today. There's our routing, so we can insert all of that in. We're Speedbird 792, as I previously said today. Cost index of, I have no idea, I think they use 36, but I'm not sure. And cruising today is flight level 370, and the temperature is minus 57 up there. So 370 and minus 57, and that can go in there like that. That's all fine in there. Perfect. So over to init B, and we can just whack the rest of that in, and that gives us all of the fuel predictions. Perfect. So what we can now do is check the wind, which it is 0 at 2. So they're going to be on 27s. I'm just not 100% sure which of the 27 they're taking off on. So let me just check that very quickly on flight radar. Heathrow, which is plus. There we go. They are departing on. Whoa, that's interesting. We're actually on the 9s at the moment, as opposed to... Really? They're on 9s? So, they are taking off 09 right then. Okay, well that makes it easier for us, because that means we actually don't have any taxi. So, 09. Let me just do the fuel calculation... Oh, sorry, the takeoff calculations quickly with a nice little Excel, well, I mean, I've told you this before, I've got a nice little Excel workbook thing that I downloaded. It gives you all the information, so it's pretty good. Just got to fill out the blanks. 0, 0. What's the outside temperature? It's 20 degrees at the moment, and QNH is 1021. Takeoff weight is 63.3. So we'll round it down to 63, or you'll be using flex, of course. Flaps 1. And our takeoff CG, or zero fuel weight CG, is 25.5. So that gives us everything we need. So now we can come over to the performance page. Flaps 1, and according to this, it's going to be 0.7 up. And we're flexing to 61 degrees today. Whoop, so that can go in there. Just make sure fueling is happening. What? The fuel truck has only just arrived. Where has he come from? Fucking Gatwick. Yes, turn, I'm here. We've actually managed to get nearly the entire pre-flight done. This is why I hate flying out of Heathrow with the FSLabs, because, or anything to be honest, because it takes so long to do anything. It's ridiculous. Okay, so while that's happening, we can request boarding as well. I can go in there. And I've just been contacted by a Speedbird 393 Bravo. Where is he going? Speedbird 393. Oh, it's that aircraft that arrived. That's him there, 393 Bravo. That's him. LOL. Right, so he's refueling. How much has he got to refuel? He has to refuel quite a considerable amount. That makes me ever so slightly sad. Nice then. Well, we can finish doing the rest of the pre-flight, I suppose. So, we just double tap the V-speeds. 136, 136, 137. Transition is 6,000, and we'll put that to 1,500. And 3,000 in there. And then engine out acceleration 1,500 as well. Perfect. So we will just make sure the departure stuff is correct. 27. No, that is wrong. We are 09. Is it right? I said. Yes, it was 09 right for departure today. And that is going to give us. Let's have a look. From my memory serves. That will give us the Brookmans Park 6 Juliet. And that can all go in there. So we'll just re-verify all that takeoff data. 36 and 137 can go in there. Why has it deleted the flex temp? There we go. Done. So we can also copy the active flight plan should memes happen, which they probably will. 2000 is correct. That can go to auto. And what we can do from here is we can whack in the flight directors. Actually, no, we can't. We'll leave those out for a minute. What I will do is put the constraints on there, and also set 6,000 initial climb, and 1021 on the things. Perfect. Let's have a look. I think we've pretty much run out of things to do. And the IRSs are aligning in 2 minutes. That's fine there. As we can lock the cabin door, or the cockpit door. Yeah, that's good. So, this can... well, I suppose what we can actually do is just fire up the APU. So, master on, obviously, as usual, wait for the flap to open. It now has, so starter can come on. And what we'll do is we'll just monitor that, and then once that's loaded up, fired up, we can disconnect all the ground stuff. And we will be away. Okay, so the IRSs have aligned now. So left and right flight directors, and we'll push that in. And that gives us everything we need from there. I get the distinct impression this may be a bit loud. Just turn that down a bit, and turn that down a bit. Here we go. Perfect. Well, I have no idea if that's perfect, but whatever. So APU is now available, so we can whack the APU bleed on, and we can disconnect external power as well, which now means we can go to external controls. We can disconnect the GPU and the ground air conditioning as well. I don't know if there's any arrivals or whatnot at the moment. Doesn't look like it. So, what? I mean, 7.3 is at 6.5 at the moment, so we've got a little bit of a way to go on that. But other than that, pretty much everything else is done. All we need to do is obviously get rid of the ground chocks and whatnot, and obviously actually need to board some passengers. Wex and T there. Tell you what, I would hate to be the pilots that do Speedbird 1, Speedbird 2, because if it apparently takes this long IRL to refuel, from what I'm told. And honestly, can you imagine? Obviously, I mean, they take off pretty much max load on that A318, so can you imagine how long it must take to refuel when it's coming back, like with its tanks almost empty? A 7-odd hour flight, and then it's hopping across to Shannon with relatively low fuel, and then going all the way up over across to over the pond. It's mad. It's nice that they've implemented the realism, but I kind of think there's a bit of me that thinks, yeah, maybe they should have sped it up a little bit for the purposes of a sim. But, you know, whatever. There's nerds out there that'll completely disagree with that. So, the fueling is the ADDONS. So now we just have to get the passengers. Now the question is, where are they? Or more importantly, where are the bags? Because what I think is happening is they're coming all the way down from near over 2.7. Mate, credit to that guy for being able to reverse an Arctic that straight. I'm impressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first. Keep your small items under the seat or front. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
There you go, bit of an announcement there for you. So the seatbelts, no smoking, can all come on now, and so can the fuel pumps actually, in all fairness. They can all come on as well. So that's all of that on. Nice. Where are these guys? Oh, they're down there. So, P3D version 4 supposedly brings PBR. That will, well, it will certainly add to memes when it comes to performance, but it'll make everything look rather nice. For those of you who don't know what PBR is, it stands for physically based rendering. I think, if memory serves correctly. Yeah, physical based rendering. And what it essentially does is it makes everything look as it should. So, for example, you look at this engine cowling at the moment, and the only real way you know it's metal is from knowledge and the little bit of shine that it produces. What essentially PBR will do is it will make all of this actually look like, all the fuselage and everything, it will actually make it look like metal. That's essentially what PBR does, is it essentially makes things look like how they should. You know, we've programmed 09 right for departure, but because I'm conscious of time, there's a part of me that really wants to reprogram and go out of 09 left, which is in fact exactly what I'm going to do. So 5 kilo. I'm actually going to do that, sheerly because it means you don't have the memes of trying to taxi 906 miles. So yeah, we'll go out of 9 left instead. It's just so much more easier. So hopefully with GSX 2 that appears to be making quite some headway now, with any luck, it'll be a lot better. It looks a lot better, but the trouble is with GSX is it's already long-winded enough as it is, and I'm almost worried that with all this animations of people and stuff, it's going to become even more long-winded. Like, it needs to be quicker. There's no two ways about that. It has to be quicker. Or, no, actually, it doesn't, because it uses, like, real world. I get that. It goes off real world timing. What it needs to be able to do is, instead of waiting for service to complete and then call the next thing you've requested, it'd be nice if it could go, right, so you've requested fueling and requested boarding. I mean, you can board, and we can board the passengers at the same time as you're refueling, but that's not the point. What it'd be at least at the very minimum nice to do is that, say, right, I'm almost done refueling, so now I can call the bags and the next service can come down, so that when I'm finished fueling, they're almost here, ready to go. Because I'm pretty sure that's what they do IRL, because you only have a very tight time. I mean, you have, what, 25 minutes is is like the minimum time the minimum time you get is 25 minutes, and if you're low cost, then that's on a good note. However, the bags are now here, so hopefully we can get underway. Alright, I'll admit, they're landing on 9 left today and departing 9 right, but when it's right there, whatever. Where is the other one? Oh, he's coming round this way. Okay then. Ah, look at the monorail! I've never seen that. I knew it was implemented, but I've never seen it. Or is that a car? Actually, that might be a car. Yeah, ignore me. It's a car. However, that is the weirdest looking car I've ever seen. If it is. Nah, that's got to be the monorail, isn't it? That has to be. Yeah, it is. Because the car runs... Yeah, because this is the road here. Bearings, Josh. Bearings. Okay, so what we can do, in fact, I'm just going to check my min takeoff fuel quickly. Min takeoff fuel is 7.1, so we've got plenty of fuel. What I'm going to do though is ensure the parking brake is set, which it now is. We're going to get rid of the ground chocks, and we can just put that over to flight plan. No, I should put it onto performance, whatever. Why is that not pushed in? There we go. So that now means that we are essentially ready for departure as soon as this guy is done. So we'll get some boarding requested. We nose to the right today for when that's ready to happen. We can ditch the jetway now as well. Doors are all closed, so no reason for it to still be here. He's now done. So we are nose to the right today. Do not want to start engines prior to pushback. Brilliant. So those doors will close in just a second. Other ground equipment is clear, so we can put the beacon light on. And we are pretty much good to go.
We are ready for pushback.
Hopefully these doors will close in a second. There is a bit of a delay with this, I'd like to see fixed, but I'm just being fussy, to be honest. Beautiful. Doors and hatches are closed, flight deck door is locked, we are very much in a state where we are good to go. Rip, that's operating the seat. Did I not push that back far enough? Bit weird. So, that's fine there. Suppose we can put the VOR needles on, I suppose.
Release parking brake.
However, we can release the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that way.
And we are clear to start the engines. So we will start the clock. Ignition starts. And we will fire up engine number 2. I do like the sound of the IAEs when they start up, it is quite nice. One sort of these systems. PSI is being a meme, but when is it ever not? It takes ages to build on IAE engines. I don't know why. And why does my voice keep cracking today? It's annoying me now. Okay, so there's the bus transferring over. We can start engine number 1. The taxi's relative, well, it's that simple. The runway is there, so it's literally just down Link 57 and Alpha 13. It's literally that simple.
Set parking brakes.
At the parking brakes.
Masts will drop from above. Pull the mast towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side.
Terminal is nice, look at that.
Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together. And pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft.
lost gear.
They might pull in the top. If it fails to reflect or needs topping up, blow into the tube.
Tow truck disconnected. Flight mask being removed.
Perfect, so we almost have 2 good starts. There we do. And as you can see, engine 1 is now available. Perfect, so we'll just wait for that to stabilise out a little bit.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Which it now has. So, we can turn the APU off. We can put the taxi and turn off lights on. Go to flaps 1 and we can set some trim as well. 0.7 up is what we need today. Which we now have. That's one coming down. And what we can do is turn that on and predictive wind shear can come on. And as it's Heathrow, we have to squawk mode Charlie everywhere we go. So that can happen as well. We can also go auto brake max and arm the ground spoilers as well. We may as well, whilst we're here, the runway's like there. We may as well do all of that. Brilliant. So we can release the parking brake and put a little bit of power in. Not a lot because we are quite light today. While we're taxiing, I'm just going to do a quick flight control check. It's full left, full right, full up, and full down. Rudder full left, and rudder full right. Well, it would be if I turned the bloody tiller on. Like so. Easy. Runway's just here. Check the approach path is clear, which it is. So, landing lights can come on. Strobes, they can go to takeoff. Nice. It's easy as that. All we need to do is check the TO config, which is Tect no blue. However, we do have actually a blue. We need to wait for the engine 1 oil temperature. This is why we do things before we go onto the runway. That will clear itself in a second. Whoa. Taxiing abysmal as always. We'll just set the parking brake and we'll ditch all of that. Just have a look at the engine. There you go, that's all clear now. So now we can take off. That's all set. So, start the clock. Parking brake off. Power it up to about halfway. Manflex 61 SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. Actually, a bit of a downforce on the stick. Bring that downforce back now. It's 100 knots. And V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. You were London over there? I actually forgot to turn FTX England off, so this could be a bit of a meme. That, though, looks very nice. Taking a screenshot of that. So, climb power. And we can also take autopilot as well now. Just as we make that turn, easy. So, ground spoilers can disarm. Forgot to turn that off, but whatever. There's climb power. No ATC, so we can start resetting for our cruise altitude now. 370 is set. And actually we can just go over and climb. To be honest, and flaps can come in as well. There you have it. I don't know why all my frame rates have gone. I think it's deloading Heathrow. Look at that. Note to self, never fly over London again with FTX England enabled. And high autogen is not a good idea. Look at the gherkin, the shard. I've been literally everywhere in all of those places. That is cool. Over there is Canary Wharf, and over there, I say over there, it's not capturing my mouse, but that airport that's right on the screen now, that's London City. You've got the Thames barrier just to the right of that, because Canary Wharf is where that funny shaped building is, and then you've got the cable car, which is that, hang on a minute, the cable cars are over there somewhere, so's the Emirates, and that's the O2/London. No, hang on a minute, that's not. That is, sorry. Bearings are wrong. Yeah, so that building with the spikes out of it, that's the O2. You've got London City Airport to the left of that. You've got the cable car and whatnot over there as well. So, standard pressure. Easy. Well, here we go for, well, for me, about an hour's flight now. Sorry to bore you for like half an hour, but whatever. I will speak to you once again when we are, as usual game, when we're a little bit further down into the descent toward the finals. So, speak to you all in a bit. Okay then everybody, we're just in the descent down here into Goteborg, just descending through, well, flight level 159 now. We are on the Macau arrival today, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it's the Macau 3 Sierra arrival, for runway 21 today. This is the arrival that is used primarily at night, but also during periods of low traffic density. Now, as I figured that on VATSIM at the moment, I am the only person that is due in, I class that as low traffic density. We're going to be using auto brake low today. We've got plenty of runway to roll out. There's a little bit of a one-way system going on, I've learned by looking at the chart from when we get down on the ground, but I'll you know, we'll talk a little bit more about that once we actually get to that situation. We've got 3.3 tons of fuel on board. Obviously seatbelts and no smoking signs are on. We're just descending down to flight level 80 initially at the moment, which is one of the restrictions here. From there, we'll continue down to 5,500, and then down to 4,000 and 3,000 and whatever. But, you know, you can see the approaching. I was going to do the RNAV for runway 21, but apparently IRL, you need to get special permission to do the RNAV, so I just stuck to the bog standard ILS. Transition altitude is 5,000 here today. In terms of the weather, 21 degrees is the temperature at the moment. The wind is 100 at 5, and the QNH is 1024. There's no reported clouds, all the 10s on the visibility, and the wind apparently is varying from 070 to 140 degrees, and obviously no rain reported either. So the approach is fairly simple. Make this left here at Airbus, and then we just follow that all the way around, and it's just a swooping, you know, sweeping turn round to finals for 2-1. We do have scenery today, of course. RC Design, apparently are the guys that made the scenery for version 4, obviously. I picked, obviously, you know, they've got like 2 variants, one for 32-bit and one for 64-bit. So obviously I picked up the 64-bit. See the engine is just idling a little bit there. Slowing down now to meet that 250 at 10 restriction as always. As we're descending, I'm also going to bring on all the lights as well. Like that. That is all the lights on now. Not that any of the textures are loading. There we go. Let's bring this range marker down a little bit. You can sort of see what's going on now. So it's just straight line, round and down. We should be visual with the runway very shortly anyway. We have to sort of, you can see we run parallel to it anyway there. We run parallel to the 03s. So I'm going to bring the landing system on now. As well, you can see we've already got the ILS programmed in. It auto-tunes it obviously. Below 10,000 feet now. See if we can start to see the airfield. Yep, there we can. It's just over there. See it just over there now. That was the wrong button. I mean, in theory we could fly visually from this point, but we're a little bit too far away still. What I've also done, someone I've forgotten something, because I forgot that this was a thing. So what I'll do is I'll do this for any future FSLabs videos. But what you can do is, if you see this little white switch that's on here, on that next to PA, you turn that on, you can hear all the cabin announcements from the flight deck. And I forgot that that was a thing. So from now really, whenever I do an FSLabs video, I'll make sure I do that. So yeah. Okay, continuing it down to, let's bring it down to 50. In fact, to be perfectly honest, what do we establish on 3,000? Yeah, we'll just descend all the way down to 3,000, I think, now, to be honest. That's probably the easiest. One hour 34 is what we planned for today. Air time, that is. We're on 1 hour 28, so 6 minutes. Yeah, so we're running a little bit late today, I think. Whatever, I think the winds have changed a little bit along the way, so it happens, it happens. Uh, 1,500 feet till transition level now. And then the job will be good. Ow. Just managed to hit my throttles. So, I mean, as you can see, it's really easy. It's just literally this this right-hand turn now, and that's it. Seems to be slowing us down now to 230 knots, and in the process of doing that, it's losing the profile, which is not good, because now we have to make that back. Although it should be able to do that, plenty of room. Slightly worried that the ILS is not identing, and that worries me. So I'm looking at my chart quickly, make sure that's right. 108.5 and NGG, that is right. course 203. Yeah, that is right. I don't know why that's not identing. I mean, if not, we'll just fly a visual approach. It's a beautiful day, so we can do that anyway. Okay, we have a rudimentary glide diamond coming down. Okay, so we can take standard pressure now. 1025, I think it still is, or 1024. We can also set that. 1024. Should be able to see the airfield. Oh yeah, it is over there. So I'll zoom this all the way in now so I can see what I'm doing properly. And we'll also activate the approach phase at this point in time as well. So we'll take out flaps 1. And get below 200 knots, we'll take flaps 2. We take flaps 2 now. That's nice, the cloud on the wings there. I think it's called a vortice, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's called a vortice. Okay, we'll go gear down and flaps 3. And then we'll take flaps full as well. Like that. We can also arm the speed brake. The cabin's also ready. So we're gear down, flaps full, ground spoilers arm, auto brakes set, lights are all on. Job is a good. So there's the runway now, we're just lining up with it. For some reason it doesn't seem to have idented the ILS, which is a little bit weird. That's got to be a bug with the scenery. That has to be a bug with the scenery, because I don't know otherwise. But no biggie. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just fly it visual. Yeah, we'll fly it visual. We'll take it from here. Perfect. So, auto flight off. Aircraft is mine. 3000 is the go around. It's 3000 and vectors for a new approach, so that's all set up as it is. Going to take the flight directors out. Don't need those anymore.
2500.
That is checked. Minimums is 706 feet today. Nice approach. Typical Sweden with all the water though. It's really nice. I like Sweden, it's a nice place. A little bit low off that glide, so we'll just bring the nose up a little bit. That looks so nice. That's nice. I was still a little bit low, but I suppose we could probably use that to our advantage, to be honest. I don't know what is going on here, but we seem to be getting blown off by this varying wind. You can see on on the ND there, on the top left of the ND, where that wind is varying quite a lot. 4 knots doesn't sound like a lot. Doesn't sound like a lot. If I could talk, it'd be nice. But when it's varying, it's quite different. Now you see, we're making that descent back quite nicely now. The only thing I hate with Airbus is it's so easy to overcorrect. I mean, it isn't anything really, but I don't know, for some reason I always seem to overcorrect more in Airbuses. I wanted to make sure the tiller was still off so it didn't, like, end up in the grass.
Terrain.
Why is it giving me a terrain warning? Little bit low here, so I'll just bank the nose up a little bit, not too much. That's made that back up. Oh. See what I mean? Overcorrecting, it's so easy to do. I feel like I'm being blown by something, but it can't be this 4-knot wind.
300. Minimum.
Continue. Yeah, this will be alright.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Nice. Idle reverse. Let the auto brakes do their thing. That was quite a nice landing. There's 60 knots, reverses out. Manual braking. And we'll go for Charlie. Just going to try and make Delta, but a little bit too fast for that. Beautiful. Welcome to Goteborg with a landing rate of -319 apparently. That was not that hard. There is no way that was that hard. Anyway, start bringing all the flaps in, speed brakes in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign
start the
has been
APU
switched
as
off.
well.
Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access.
We
may
can turn the
now
weather
be
radar
used.
and PWS off.
Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket,
And
underneath
tiller
the
on
seat,
as well.
and in the overhead lockers.
Like
Take
so.
care of those
Perfect.
signal
So,
lockers in case anything falls
there is a
out.
one-way system that goes on at Goteborg, and that is this taxiway we're turning onto now, which is standby. This is Yankee, I think. Turn would be nice. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look. Taxiing after landing, park says. Yeah, so this is Yankee we're on at the moment. And basically, you taxi down Yankee, and then when you get to the link, if you like, it's not a link. It's an actual taxiway, but it is essentially a link. You then just cross over the inner taxiway. Then jobs are good. I don't know why we seem to be going to the right. Oh. Because my rudder is stuck. What is all that about? There we go. I forget that it locks the rudder, doesn't it? There we go. I actually taxi in a straight line now. We can also stop that clock as well. This is alright scenery actually. It's not too bad. The flap will be open by now, so we can start the APU. Now, I'm a little bit confused about this outbound taxiway because it doesn't seem to exist. Oh, I see it. So it starts here, right? That makes sense. I don't actually know where BA park here. I mean, it's a small airport, so I'd assume it's just anywhere you like. So we'll take Kilo, I guess. Go up here. That's the APU one. So here's that in the taxiway I was talking about for outbound traffic. I don't really know where we've ended up here. Seem to have ended up on some remote stands. Does this line lead all the way? Yeah, it does. Okay. Cool. Take one of these terminal stands here, and then the job will be done. We'll take stand 19, I think. Or should we take stand 20? How does this taxiing system... What? I don't understand how these lines work. Where do you actually go? Oh, we'll go here, I guess. Really don't know how this works. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is fine. Easy. Let's just turn the taxi lights and turn off lights off. Does this work? Guessing not. Cool, stop it there. That will bring it forward a little bit. Please. There we go. APU bleed, and engines can go off. Easy. And the beacon light can come off. We can request the deboarding. We'll use Menzies, I guess. Seatbelts off. And there you have it. Easy. Welcome to Gothenburg. That was a fantastically fun flight as always. It's not bad scenery this actually. It's quite nice. I'll be back with another video later on in the week, of course. As always, I don't know what we're going up to. I've got a feeling I've planned for Gibraltar at some point in the week, so we'll probably be doing that or something. So, not the end of the FSL this week. So, yeah. Obviously, don't forget that from the 9th of September at 1300 BST or 1200 Zulu, I will be streaming over at my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Josh_Akehurst. Links as always are in the description. Same with the Twitter and obviously my Discord server as well. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Only if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave constructive criticism as always. It is always welcome. but being told to fuck yourself is not constructive criticism. So, yeah. That is it from me. Until the very next video, thank you very much for watching, and from myself, from Gothenburg, and from Uniform Sierra, thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye for now.